In my brief time with you this afternoon, I'm going to talk about something that's on the radar of everyone who's worked on the topic of human trafficking. And that's, should human trafficking be decriminalized? You know, when you think about human trafficking and when you think about the issue of prostitution, you usually think of Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. She's a beautiful prostitute, and yet she's able to break the bounds of prostitution by meeting the handsome rich man. But what I want you to think about is, what is human trafficking? There are three areas that human trafficking actually falls under the umbrella of: forced labor, commercial sex trafficking, as well as someone under the age of 18. So if you're under the age of 18 and there's a commercial sex act, then you fall under the umbrella of human trafficking. So all three of those things encompass human trafficking. And if you think about the scope of human trafficking, it's a $9 billion industry. And after drug trafficking, it's one of the most lucrative businesses for gangs. There are several gangs here in Texas, as well as Minneapolis, who find that human trafficking is a great way to make money. It touches 800 to 900,000 victims globally, as many as 18,500 of those in the United States every year. And who are the vulnerable populations of human trafficking? Girls, boys, runaway kids, gay kids, gay, trans, questioning kids are also very, very vulnerable. And they're vulnerable because there's as many as 2.3 million kids who live on the streets. And nationally, about over 420,000 kids run away every single year. 48 hours after those kids are on the streets, they're pulled into human trafficking. I want you to think about the misconceptions that we have of trafficking. The movie Taken drives me crazy. As cute as Liam Neeson is, there are a lot of myths that are associated with those movies. And some of these I want you to think about is the difference between human trafficking and smuggling. And the myth that if you are moved across straight lines, that constitutes human trafficking. That's smuggling. I also want you to think about the issue of the pimp culture. If you look at our Halloween costumes, our television programming, it's all promoting this pimp culture. And that's actually a magnet set that I found in South Carolina with the presidents dressed as pimps. So we've got a lot of criminal approaches. In the United States, we do a full criminalization. If you are busted for prostitution as a woman, you're going to jail. You're going to be fined. Other states have looked at it differently. There's some safe harbors, but other countries are looking at different models. So that's what we're starting to look at as far as the decriminalization of human trafficking. We've got a lot of arrests annually, over 55,000, but look at some of the organizations that are favoring decriminalization. And these are some very big names: Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, UNAIDS. But we also have abolitionist groups who they see women as opposing arrest, and they want to use the criminal law as a weapon to really go in and stop the males that are buying and benefiting from that. There's also a very strong sex workers movement. And in this movement, the sex workers are rising up and saying, you know what? We're feminist. We want to take control of the situation, and we don't want to be criminalized anymore. We want to do what we want with our bodies. But along that same vein, you have women of color who are disproportionately charged more, trans women who are disproportionately charged more, who are opposing this movement. So you've got two camps. They're not technology, the internet, social media. All of those things are making it easier to find human trafficking and have it available to the public. So where do we go from here? A lot of organizations are saying, you know what, we need to throw more money at the problem. We need to pick a pilot program. We need to offer more social services, more human trafficking courts. And what I want to leave you with is that it's like the old Monty Hall show, Let's Make a Deal. There are 3 doors before you, and we still don't know which door we're going to pick. There are a lot of things that can happen with human trafficking. We see things are changing, and we don't have any easy answers. And so it's something that I'm going to keep fighting to hopefully build a bridge, hopefully help victims to get to a place where they can reform their lives and have a better future. So thank you so much. My contact information just went up if you have any questions. And thank you.